Good morning and welcome to our Sunday morning virtual service. My name is Reverend James Parker and it's just such a pleasure to have you here with me this fine July morning. Well, it's beautiful outside, the sun is shining, the flowers are blooming, and we are growing and developing. All of nature is evolving and coming forth now. And we have to allow ourselves to come forth in that same spirit of change. Well, we have a lot to talk about today, so let's get started. Our daily word for today is comfort. And I'll read to you from today's verse. The affirmation is, Christ in me is my comfort. Experiences that move me out of my comfort zone are part of my life. The first day at a new school, starting or leaving a job, a new phase in a relationship, retiring from a career, or the passing of a loved one, any change can evoke discomfort, even grief. I grieve when I think of change as loss, or loss of security, or loss of my place in life or my community, or loss in love. The Christ, the divine presence of life, love, and wisdom within me is my constant source of comfort through all life changes. I find assurance that although its physical expression may change, life can never change. Life can never end. I know others and oneness and love with all who have been dear to me, recognizing my divine nature. I know that there is no loss, no change or circumstance that can limit me, and I am comforted. And our scripture comes from the book of Psalms, chapter 71, verse 21, and it says, "You will increase my honor and comfort me once again." Well, that's a beautiful word for today, and it speaks to what we're going to get into today. We're going to figure out how to bring comfort and love and light into our world so that we may live in heavenly bliss. My lesson title for today is The Four Agreements, and we are on part 4, Always Do Your Best. Now, up until now, we've talked about the first 3 agreements, being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, and not making assumptions. But none of it matters if we're not doing our very best with them. You see, when you're ready to change your life, when you are ready to change your agreements, the most important thing is practice. Change is the result of action. It's the result of practice, and practice makes perfect. You've all come to know the understanding of how we move forth in this vibration, in this sea of light and love. We do it by allowing ourselves to come forth in our beliefs. And these beliefs are things that we've practiced over time in order to bring forth the essence, the things, the wonder that rules our lives. We've all heard the phrase, always do your best. Doing our best is really about practice. It's about coming forth in repetition. Everything you've learned, everything you've come to know, everything you've come to believe, even walking, talking, and writing, has come as a result of practice. Now, when you think about it, you've practiced until things became automatic. And when you change your beliefs about who you are, when you come forth with a new practice, all of your whole life will change. I mean, think about it. Doing our best is about practice and repetition. It's the thinking that allows us to be successful in our lives and in these first 3 agreements that we've covered. If we're going to be impeccable with our word, if we're going to not take things personally or not make assumptions, then we must practice doing and being our very best, because doing our best is the measure or practice in which we improve our life, our relationships, and our situation. Whether it came from your parents, whether it came from your teacher or your sports coach, doing our best has always been a cliche echoed throughout our lives. But what does it really mean to do your best? And is it even possible to do your best? Yes. Yes, it is. But first we must take action to practice how to change our beliefs. We must allow ourselves to come forth in a very new nature. We've all become the worst critics in our lives. We're our own worst critics. And we hold on to stuff from the past. There have been times where we believe that we failed at everything we've tried. There have been times that we have allowed ourselves to think or to allow small, slight setbacks to snowball into steering our self-esteem into non-existence. We've also had moments where we've fully believed that we were lacking, limited, or without potential. At times we've taken on so much stress that an intense shadow of dissatisfaction has followed us wherever we go. We've second-guessed ourselves. We've became indecisive. We've made bad choices. We've lingered in depression. And no matter how hard we tried, there have been times where it just seemed like we weren't doing well enough. In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 10, it says, "Whatever the activity in which you engage, do it with all your ability." Doing our very best is synonymous with living each and every moment to its fullest potential, using all of our ability over and over until we get it. This potential exists in every situation we encounter in our lives. All that is required of you is that you stop fighting and resisting what life throws your way. Doing your very best, it's not about meeting expectations or achievements. It isn't about success or failure. It's about putting all your effort forth into bringing forth your life situations or changing your life situations in the current moment. It's about turning your challenges, difficulties, and your adverse conditions into new lessons and new things to practice. Germany Kent said, "God has already equipped you with the skills you need to achieve your dreams. If you just try, work hard, take control of your destiny, remind yourself of how true you are, and believe it is possible, then you will have unlimited power to achieve the impossible. Therefore, you should aim to do your very best in every situation to assist you in your career, to inspire those around you, to win self-confidence because you're working for a noble cause, to stand out from the mediocrity around you, to be a great role model for your kids, to avoid failure, and to develop skills for the future. But I believe you should be doing your best simply because you can. If you're not doing your best, then you're operating at a lower level. You are compromising your standards, setting yourself up to create bad habits and attitudes that will consistently accept a substandard performance. You don't want to do that. Steve Maraboli, he said, "Do the best you can with what you can, while you can, and success is inevitable." Friends, always give it your best shot. You'll find that oftentimes if you give it your best shot, that others will see that you are dependable. They will say, "Look at him or her, I can depend on them," because they always do their best. This is what leads to greater self-worth. This is what leads to bringing customers back. This is what leads to pay raises. And by chance, if for some reason there's failure, then it won't be for lack of effort. You know, recently I read an article about baseball icon and Hall of Famer Joe DiMaggio, who was asked by a reporter, "Why do you work so hard, play so hard every day?" Joe said, "Because there may be people in the stands who are seeing me for the first time or the last time. and they expect my best. DiMaggio knew that people came to see his best, and he was never going to let them down. Tell me, what inspires you to be the best you can be? When you find it and you live it, you'll be your best. You will find that your customers will appreciate you. Your colleagues at work will appreciate you. Your loved ones and friends will appreciate you. And most importantly, you will appreciate you. Yes, doing your best is like that and so much more. Let's look at a few practices that you should do, that you should learn, and that you should focus on in order to do your very best. Number one, put in 100% effort. Doing your best is trying your hardest. So putting in 100% effort is imperative. Failing to put in your all could mean the difference between success and failure. So do your best to put in all your effort toward achieving your objectives. Number two, take failure in stride. We do our very best with the intention to succeed. However, we might fail. Failure can have a significant impact on your emotional well-being. So it's far more productive to take the failure in stride as a learning experience. Simply acknowledge your setbacks and consistently move on. Number three, remain optimistic. You know, just as it is important not to allow failure to set you back mentally or emotionally, it's important to remain optimistic. Without an optimistic attitude, pessimism will sneak in right into your thoughts. Negative ideas can have a damaging effect on the effort that you're putting in and can impede you from the practice of doing your best. So always remain optimistic. Be positive. Number four, don't give up. This ties into giving your all and remaining optimistic. You know, setbacks can be an easy way to allow yourself to give up on your goals. You don't want to give up on all the work you've done. If you want to do your very best, then you must be willing to look beyond the adversity and come into a place of pursuing your dreams and goals with eagerness. Never give up. Continue to push forward. Number five, take others' advice. You know, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 22, it says, plans fail for lack of counsel. Plans fail for lack of counsel. Often, doing your best means getting a little help to guide you along the path of success. Taking into account others' experience can offer you a lot of insight and give you information that you may not have been privy to previously, and then aid you in your journey to your dreams. Always be willing to take the advice of those who have more experience and wisdom. You can't go wrong. So there we have it. Put in 100% effort. Take failure in stride. Remain optimistic. Never give up. And take the advice of others. You know, doing your best is about action. And if you put forth the action, the steps, you will bring forth all of your dreams and desires. Let's take a look at the video.
And then the fourth one, always do your best. That's one of the reasons why I gave this to my girls at school, because if you always do your best.
Well, this is my favorite one.
That's your favorite?
Oh, definitely. Because the first three exist only in our imagination, in our mind. But with the action, we make it real. It's no longer in our mind.
Okay.
You know, we have so many ideas, but if we don't take the action, those ideas will just dissipate. But if we take the action, we really create it and we can share it with everyone.
My favorite agreement is always do your best. When I do my best, I stand taller and I smile brighter, and the sun shines brighter, and I feel that my work is better because I'm doing my best, and that's all you can do. And when I do my best, I feel that I am acknowledging the love and the light inside as the perfect being that I actually am.
I'm not perfect, and I'll probably slip up again and make another mistake, but as long as I know that I did my best, it really relinquishes me of fear and of regret and all those beating myself up over things.
There'll be some days when my best is barely getting out of bed. And there'll be some days when my best is waking up with a lot of energy. But the thing is that when you know you've done your best, you're standing in your own light and your own joy. And when you are there in your own light and centered in your own joy, then you can do any of these agreements.
I love this agreement because it meets me where I am. You know, I'm just doing the best I can. I'm just doing the best I can. And once I know that, it takes so much of the pressure off.
Give Gugu Mona. She said, when you do your best, you do things better. When you do your best, you always do things better. It makes sense. Friends, take action. Use all of your ability and achieve the impossible. Practice, practice, practice. Change is the result of action. It's the result of practice, and practice makes perfect. Every day and in every aspect of your life, you have the option to do your best or something less. It's in these moments where you may have numerous excuses swimming around in your head telling you not to give your all. But there's a compelling reason why you should show up that overrides any negative thought. Because you can. Friends, if you just allow yourself to commit to being impeccable with your word, to not taking things personally, to not making assumptions, and then always give your best, always give your all, then you will bring forth heavenly bliss. You will come forth with perfect love, perfect health, and the perfect expression of wealth. You will have joy and empowerment and bring forth all the good into your life, into the lives of those around you. Step forward now with the 4 agreements and allow them to work for you. You can't go wrong. Are you willing to do this with me today? Well, thank you all, and God bless you. Now we've come to that time in our service where we open our hearts to give. And this is an important part of our practice, giving. God and the Spirit loves a cheerful giver. And this is an opportunity for us to come forth in a new light, knowing that we have a contract with God that we will always reap and sow, that we will always give and receive. So dig deep and give now for the purpose of bringing forth more love and attracting more goodness into your life. Now, there are 3 ways that you can give. You can press the donate button there on the website, or you can text us at 773-492-8772, or send us a check to 2650 West Montrose, Suite 110, Chicago, Illinois, 60618. And now take that offering, take that gift in your mind and surround it with your heart with love. And let us say an offertory blessing together. Divine love, richly flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for the blessings of this day. I am grateful for the blessings on the way. And so it is. Friends, if you prayed that prayer with us, you are moving energy. You are moving substance. You are becoming a magnet for good. Continue to keep an open mind, an open heart, and always sow so that you may reap. And now let us bless our offering. Heavenly Mother, Father, everything God, thank you for coming forth in this way, allowing those who are watching us and who are sharing with us to give. God, we ask you that you return that gift to them 100-fold. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Fill their bank accounts, fill their pockets, relieve them of any burden, of any debt. Allow them to come forth now in your perfect way to be healed and to be open to all prosperity. And we see this happening now in the name and the very nature of Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. Well, friends, I thank you again for coming forth. I'm appreciating your letters and cards. Continue to watch, continue to come forth. We're going to be bringing forth some magnificent stuff in the future. I love you, and now let us say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Well, Unity Chicago and friends, thank you so much for being with us today. We look forward to great services in the future. Continue to come back and bless us with your presence. And now, in this mode of COVID, stay safe, stay well. I love you. God bless you. We'll see you soon.